Do not count the days, rather make the days count. A quote by Muhammad Ali. There are many factors that contribute to your character as a person. For some, it may be family who molded you into the person you are today. For others, they may say it's a personal life event that has shaped who they've become. For me, it's a combination of both. Growing up, I was taught to be grateful for the blessings I received day in and day out, no matter how small or how great the blessing may be. Personally, I knew who I was as a young girl, and the reason relied heavily on both my family background and experience.
I always knew my grandmother was different as a child because of her restraint to being in a wheelchair, but I never really knew why. So around the age of 4, my mother and my grandmother sat me down and explained to me the event that has since shaped myself, my life choices, and my attitude. The year was 1990 when this tragic accident occurred. My grandfather, my uncle, my 4 young cousins, as well as my mother and my grandmother were in a terrible car accident that impacted each of their lives. Unfortunately, many of them did not survive the crash and left my grandmother paralyzed from the waist down, confining her to a wheelchair. This was an incredible moment in my family's history that has taught me the greatest lesson to appreciate life completely.
My grandmother, above all, has shown me incredible strength. She may be in a wheelchair, but she has not let these restrictions stop her from being the best woman she can be. Among other things, my grandmother has taught me the true meaning of resilience. She has shown me that the trials and tribulations will either make you or break you, and she decided that being in a wheelchair will make her. So all this event is heartbreaking, I choose to also see it as a blessing. Most importantly, it has taught me life is short, and you shouldn't miss the opportunities to spend time with the people you love. In understanding this, I have dedicated as much time as possible with my family, and I have learned that optimism and graciousness can truly change your perception of reality. The continuation of looking at things as a failure or a loss versus a lesson or a redirection creates bitterness. Bitterness, amongst other negative feelings, then taints your reality and subconsciously forces you to think smaller and eventually try less. So because of this life lesson and gain of knowledge, I feel that it doesn't matter if your glass is half full or half empty. I'm simply glad we have glasses.